Okay, take two. I don't know why I said that because you didn't see take one. Anyway, not on the couch. How nice is this? I promised we'd get the studio. Still need a few more things like a proper green screen, but not on the couch. Anyway, at the desk. And as you can see, what's behind me is this guy, the Rocketeer from Diamond Select Toys. One of the greatest movies ever made, and now one of the best resin statues. They've got a resin statue, a PVC statue. They have Mini-Mates. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Rocketeer Resin statue. It's really nice. I'm going to get it up on the display. We're going to spin it around. We're going to talk about it. And then we get a few final thoughts. All right, here he is, the Rocketeer. Like I keep saying, one of the most criminally underrated films ever made. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite characters. I own a replica jacket, soon own the replica helmet. So let's kind of take a look here. Bear with me as I'm getting used to the new camera as I zoom in here. There we go. That helmet is perfect. Gold, little bit of black in it for shading, little bit of streak lines, those clear, just almost web-like, I want to say like a human spider eyes, the big vised out black eyes that he sees through. You can see they've got a nice little shine to it. You can see a bit of reflection in it. The helmet's got the little fin on top, which he kind of used for to project himself. It's got the lines in there for the mouth where he breathes. I mean, it looks good. You can see the pack behind him. Look at this jacket. I mean, this jacket is awesome. It looks like leather. It's tan and brown with red. So many different colors were blended in to make this. And it looks like you can see the shine coming off of this like you can the helmet. It looks like a leather coat. And one of the things I want to point out that I really like, look at the sleeve here. The way it's all done, you can see, if I can get a zoom in on it here, you can see how everything is done like a real coat would be. It's very wrinkled in that arm area, around the waist where he's spinning. Even notice as I'll get ahead of myself here, if I can go a little better, there's the little button that he uses to push, to get his jetpack to go. But when we go back up here, you can see that coat. I just can't get over how much I like the coat. You can see all the buttons because it's one of those ones that the whole front of it closes. So there again, it looks like real leather. All the buttons are done. You can see them all molded in. Coming down to his almost whitish gray khaki wind pants that he wore. Once again, like the coat, you can see the creases, the folds, the bends, especially there if you're looking at where his boots are. Right where real pants, ironically, I'm wearing khakis now. That's where they would fold up at. He's got the boots, the black boots, and I like the boots because they're the blackish brown boots, but they're not overly shiny. He's sitting here on his pedestal, which is, I'm assuming it's like the roof of a building, because you remember the big iconic scene from the iconic poster, of course, from the comics, which are great comics, by the way, and the iconic scene from the movie when he's on top of I believe it's a museum. I can't remember when all the Nazis are getting into the big Zeppelin, and he comes and they hit the light and they're like, look, it's the Rocketeer. This is kind of like the post that he was standing on. That's at least what I see. A nice kind of brownish copper color. It looks like a rooftop, but going back, yeah, I mean, the pants look great. You can see all the all the seam lines. Everything on this, it's just such a perfect match for the movie. I mean, it's spotless. Now, Diamond Select makes two of these. There is this one, which is the limited resin. If it's still available, I will throw a link up in the description. They also make a PVC. I will show you the PVC some other time. I want to do the resin. But I want you to kind of get a look at the backpack before I start to spin it. So let me get this moved around here for a second. All right, back. Got him spun around. Look at this. Look at this backpack. You can see it's got the fire coming off of both of the engines. It's got that nice... Diamond Select does a nice job with this fire. It's the different variations of red and orange. Almost looks like blown glass. Blowing out. It's also resin. And, the backpack, or jetpack, I should say, as I zoom in. The first thing I really want to point out, if you remember in the Rocketeer when he got shot, his jetpack got shot, and it was leaking the fuel, which is some kind of like alcohol or whatever kind of fuel it was, Petey took a piece of his gum and he stuck it on the. He took Clifford's gum actually, stuck it on the back there to plug the hole. You can see right there. That is the piece of gum. I'm gonna stick my finger in here, what I normally don't do. That's the piece of gum. They even put that in there. I mean, you can see all the blowers on this. Looks like solid steel. From that era. Man, that is just one amazing statue. I can't say enough. And The Rocketeer is a great movie. If you've never seen the movie, you can watch it right now on Disney Plus. Highly recommend Disney Plus. I have a real problem looking into the camera without sunglasses. I don't know, must be an insecurity. Anyway, Rocketeer, in '83 they started talking about making it. Disney, and this is long before the mouse had Marvel. Disney got the rights to it. '91 they made the movie. Movie didn't make a lot of money. Superhero movies were not the thing back then. But anyone that saw it will tell you just what an amazing movie it is. It's the story of Clifford Secord. And he's a pilot, works at an air show and everything. He finds this jetpack and this helmet. And at first he just kind of uses it to fly and everything. He thinks it's cool. Well, it turns out this jetpack was actually made by Howard Hughes. But the Nazis want it because Hitler has been trying to make his own. He wants this one because then they'll know how it's made. He shows in this, and they do it like really slick in the movie, like a propaganda cartoon. Hitler wants to make these, so he has a whole army of flying soldiers to stomp out the Americans and anyone else who opposes him. They can't let that happen. So Howard Hughes is like, I need this pack back. Now, Timothy Dalton gives an awesome performance as an Errol Flynn kind of type character who's kind of romancing Cliff's lady, the lovely Jennifer Connelly. And he's really a Nazi, Neville Sinclair. And he wants this jetpack. And he's got the mob working for him. They want this. Everybody wants this jetpack. Clifford can't give it right away because, he's got to save his girl with the help of the jetpack. He's got to go onto the Zeppelin. It's so breathtaking. I mean, words don't do it justice. If you have Disney Plus, watch it. It's on there. It looks good. It doesn't have a 4K. It does have a DVD. It does have a Blu-ray. If you don't have Disney Plus, order the movie. Take my advice. It's really good. If you've never read the comics been around forever. They're still in various forms. Different companies kind of do them. I'm not even sure who does them. I think Dynamite had it for a while. I'm pretty sure they don't anymore. I don't know who does. Great, very pulp style comic. Read one. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. If you've seen The Rocketeer, you know how awesome it is. Get one of these. You won't regret it. You know you want it. And get a helmet. Get a jacket. I got a jacket. I should have wore it for this. Anyway, if you've never seen it, put it on Disney Plus. Rent it on Amazon Prime. It's the streaming world. If not, Order yourself one of the Blu-rays. Watch it. I guarantee you'll like it. It won't be a waste of money. Read some of the comic books. You'll like it. Then after you watch this, fall in love with it because it's a timeless classic, then you're going to buy the statue. I can't recommend it enough because it's such a good film. Had this movie, and I'll say it again to anyone who listens, had this movie been made today, blockbuster numbers. Because superhero movies are all the thing. But in 91, yeah, not so much. Great movie. A great statue. A great character. I love the Rocketeer. I love this piece. It's one of my favorite pieces. I can't stress enough how good it is. Link in the description. Just pick it up. Be sure to visit the website, www.hardcoregraveyard.com. And like and subscribe to the channel. There is new content. I can't stress enough. New content daily. There is something now for everyone. There are toy reviews. There have been comic unboxings, which is going to turn into comic book reviews. That's going to in the next couple days. There's retro video game playing. There are movie reviews. There is the Harbingers of Horror show with Lilith Fury. There is recapping the Elite with me and cousin Cecil, talking about everything that happened the week in AEW wrestling and doing our own booking too. Then there's the Barbed Wire Bite, hosted by ECW original wrestler Pitbull #1. I'm the co-host on that. It's an honor. You've got wrestling, comics, movies, games, toys. There's something for everybody. It's updated daily. Take the channel real seriously. Like, subscribe. If there's a toy you want reviewed, if there's something you want to see, leave a comment. But I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. You pick up one of these statues. Diamond Select does such a marvelous job, and they're at a nice price that anyone can afford.